Have you ever wondered why you shiver when you're cold?
Cole Palmer, the man who never misses a penalty. You've seen him play, heard the chants, Cole Palmer. The kid with smooth dribbles, calm finishing, and, most impressively, the one who never misses a penalty, leaving fans and defenders amazed. What if I told you that Cole Palmer's success with penalties goes beyond just a calm head and foot? What if there's a secret, almost a magical reason behind why he's known as the penalty king and why he always scores when it counts? Get ready, and buckle up, because this is a story you're not going to believe. The curse of the perfect penalty. And buckle up, because it all began when Cole was just a young lad, barely out of nappies. He was at Manchester City's youth academy, and every week, there was the dreaded penalty shootout drill. The coaches would throw out all sorts of weird and wonderful tactics.
Hit the ball with your weak foot, now spin around 3 times before you shoot.
Cole just wasn't buying it. He saw straight through the nonsense, but it was one particular day, during an academy match against their bitter rivals, when something happened that would change the course of history. After a particularly intense match, the score was tied. And guess what? The game came down to penalties. Everyone was nervous, the pressure was building and kids were walking up to take their shots like they were about to face down the barrel of a 12-gauge shotgun. But not Cole. No, he walked up like a man who'd just been told he'd won a lifetime supply of pizza. The goalkeeper was huge, probably 10 years older than Cole, maybe 15. Bigger than any penalty keeper Cole had ever faced. But none of that fazed him. He stepped up, looked the keeper dead in the eyes, and calmly said, "I've got this. And when I score, I'll do it with style." And sure enough, Cole slammed the ball into the top corner with such precision that the goalkeeper didn't even bother diving. He just stood there, scratching his head, trying to figure out what had just happened. The rest of the academy players went wild, and they couldn't believe it. How had this 9-year-old kid just made a goalkeeper twice his size look like an amateur? That was the moment when the curse, or should we say, the blessing, was placed upon him. From that day forward, Cole Palmer would never miss a penalty. The secret training, you see, after that penalty kick, Cole's confidence skyrocketed. But there was something else happening behind the scenes, something not even his coaches knew about. On the surface, he was practicing his free kicks, his technique, his composure, all the usual stuff. But at night, when the moon was high and the streets of Manchester were quiet, Cole would slip out of his house, dressed in the most bizarre outfit. Where was he going, you ask? To the one place no one dared visit after dark. The Penalty Whisperer's house. Now, you might be wondering, what's the Penalty Whisperer? Well, this old, eccentric man, who may or may not have been living in the shadows of Manchester's football academy, had a reputation for, let's just say, enhancing a player's penalty-taking abilities. It was said that he had the magic touch when it came to penalties. How? By sharing secret knowledge, passed down from generations of penalty experts. Cole would arrive at this mysterious house, knock 3 times, and wait for the door to open. Inside, the Penalty Whisperer would be there, surrounded by ancient football memorabilia.
"What do you want, young Cole?"
The Whisperer would ask in a raspy voice, his hands trembling as if he had seen too many missed penalties in his life. "I need the secret to never missing a penalty," Cole would reply. His eyes gleamed with the intensity of a future penalty king. And that's when the Whisperer would lean in, whispering the most profound, almost otherworldly words.
"It's all in the mind, my boy. Penalties are a battle of wits, but also a battle of the groin."
Cole was confused, of course. "The groin?" he asked, his face scrunching up in confusion.
"Yes, the groin. When you step up to take the penalty, you must channel all your energy there. Let the groin guide your foot, and your foot will guide the ball. Never think too much about it. Think only of the glory, of the net rippling, of the crowd chanting your name."
Cole wasn't sure if the old man was serious, or if the man had spent too much time watching too many penalty shootouts. But Cole nodded and left, thinking, "I've got nothing to lose." From that moment, something strange began to happen. Cole would stand at the penalty spot, staring down the goalkeeper, but instead of overthinking the moment like so many others do, he'd tap into the groin philosophy. He wouldn't even focus on the goalkeeper or the crowd. Instead, he'd simply focus on one thing, his groin. No, not in a creepy way, but in a way that gave him confidence. His foot, guided by his groin, and okay, maybe a bit of pure talent, would strike the ball perfectly every single time. And from that day forward, Cole Palmer became a man who never missed a penalty. It didn't matter if it was a crucial shootout in a Champions League final or a random penalty at a charity match. When Cole stepped up, fans knew the ball would hit the back of the net. Because Cole didn't just take penalties, he took them with the kind of unshakable confidence that only comes from knowing your groin is in charge. So, why does Cole Palmer never miss a penalty? Is it because of his cool demeanor? His technical precision? His secret training with the penalty whisperer? Well, maybe, but deep down, it's because Cole knows the secret that all great penalty takers understand. It's not about the shot, it's about the swagger. And the groin, always the groin. And that, my friends, is why Cole Palmer never misses a penalty and has 100% penalty conversion in EPL, scoring his 11th penalty.